Hey guys, Justin Bryant here from selfmadesuccess.com. In this video, I'm going to show you how much money Google AdSense pays you, how to figure it out, how to make more, what tools to use, what examples um, there are, and stuff like that. So, Google AdSense, as you probably know, creates ads for your website and your YouTube channels. So, it's a great way to make money online. A lot of people start out doing it this way. And once you've gotten a certain amount of traffic, I think it's like 10,000 views on YouTube now. I'm not sure exactly the threshold on websites these days, but they usually want you to have a certain amount of visits and you have to kind of prove that you get consistent traffic. Then they assess what your website or YouTube channel is about. And if you get approved for AdSense, you can start making money off ad revenue sharing. So what they do is they basically pay you like 50, or I think it's actually 51% of ad revenue. They have people who do ads on Google through AdWords. So if you wanted to do an ad, you could make an AdWords account, and then they have these ads posted. They can go on websites, they can go in search results, whatever. For instance, if you're on a blog or any kind of website, you are looking at ads, chances are they're AdSense. So for instance, if you're on entrepreneur.com, you may see ads by Sprint like this one, or you might see, another one over here. Sometimes they might be private ads, sometimes they are ads from other companies. And a lot of times when you see a lot of ads from other companies, you'll see that they are AdSense. But it just kind of depends on the website you're on. Usually it'll look something like this. It'll be just a little rectangle between the content in the header or within the content, or usually in the sidebar over on the right side, like this one right here. Another example, you go to another popular website, Wired. You wait for a second for the ads to load, and then you see a couple of Capital One ads. These are probably AdSense ads right here, that one, and that one. You can have up to 3 being displayed on a page at once. Sometimes you can scroll down and they'll show them as the other one disappears. You can always have 3 displayed. So the thing about it is, how much does it pay you? To figure this out for a website, you kind of need to know your traffic and obviously your totals and what your website is about. So you can create a Google AdSense account here at google.com/AdSense. As a side note, I'll have all the links in the show notes page for you, so you don't have to worry about memorizing all these links right now. And then you would go to, say, Google Analytics. Go up here, click the arrow, click Analytics, and it'll show you a chart type thing. For instance, if you were to look at that, it would be something like this. Like any graphic chart that you see, and then it'll tell you how many views you have. It'll have let's say you have 30,000 or something, and then blah blah blah. So it gives you all your stats, it gives you all your numbers for whatever period that you are looking at your stats. So it just kind of shows you what you get per day. So this day might be Monday the 20th or whatever, and then it'll tell you you got 200 that day or something like that. So then you can kind of go and see what you get per day. You can see all of that stuff, what you get the last 28 days, the last 30 days, etc. So you can go to Google Analytics, get this for free, and use it with your website. If you don't have a website, you can make one by going to selfmadesuccess.com, going to start a blog, and I have a page here for you where I show you how to set up a WordPress website. I recommend WordPress because they power a big chunk of the internet now, and they have one of the most reliable and customizable platforms that you can use. So I'll show you how to set that up. It'll cost you like maybe $4 a month, and it'll be a lot more professional than any of the free website options. Now, I use WordPress engine or WP engine for hosting. You can start out with Bluehost and go from there. Bluehost is a great one as well. I recommend them, especially if you don't have, hundreds of thousands of visitors yet. So they are cheaper, they have really good customer support, and you might just stick with them long term. But you can go to whatever your hosting company is, sign in, right here for WP Engine or Bluehost, you have like a cPanel or something like that. And it'll tell you your 30-day average or your 30-day total for traffic. So if you have, 10,000 views, then you got to figure out, okay, well, how much am I making for that period? You can divide it by that, and then you can use something like the Google AdWords. If you get a Google AdWords account, go to the keyword planner, and you can figure out how to improve it. So to improve it, you would want to use more keywords in your blog post. So for instance, if you were to use a blog post about, WordPress and Bluehost, that would do very well, like this blog post here that I did. Most of mine are business related. Most of mine have to do with, jobs and businesses and stuff like that you can do that are online. And so I get very high payouts for a smaller amount of views. Whereas if you do just entertainment type stuff, you're not going to make as much. So if you're doing like a celebrity gossip website, you're going to have to do more content to make the same amount of money that I do with less views. So for instance, if you want to apply this to YouTube, now you got these different channels, like let's say you have PewDiePie, okay, 61 million plus subscribers. But here's the deal. He makes a lot less money per 1,000 views than somebody like Marquise Brownlee. Because what does Marquise Brownlee do? He does videos that review popular electronics. People are going to run ads for electronics because they want to sell them. You don't ever see commercials about 3 a.m. at the Krusty Krab, or 92% can't beat this challenge. Do you see commercials about that stuff? No, you don't. Do you see commercials selling the latest Galaxy S9? Yes, you do. Do you see, commercials selling the latest iPad? Yes, you do. The latest iMac Pro? Yes, you do. The latest, Home Assistant by Google or Apple or Amazon? Yes, you do. So Marquise Brownlee, you can automatically assume will make more money per 1,000 views than PewDiePie, even though he doesn't get quite near as much traffic. So for instance, if you were to go to the keyword planner, once you have an AdWords account, just go to the tools section right here and then go to keyword planner under planning, and then you can type in a phrase. So if you type in PewDiePie, for instance, the traffic is good, but the page bid is not much. The page bid is what tells you how much you could get paid per 1,000 views. Not exactly the number, but the higher it is, the more money you'll make per 1,000 views. The lower it is, the less you'll make. So if it's like less than $1, that's pretty terrible. You're not going to make much. A lot of them don't even have a dollar figure because no one would ever want to bid for Felix, which is the name of the guy who started the channel, or PewDiePie YouTube. Nobody bids on that stuff. Whereas if you put like Samsung phone in here and type in get results, you'll notice that the bid is a lot higher. It's $2, $3, $4. So if you were getting, let's say on average an entertainment YouTube channel or website would only get like $1 per 1,000 views, whereas a YouTube channel about reviews of electronics would get like $5 to $10 per 1,000 views, most likely. You can see the low end, you can see the high end, and so you can kind of average them out. If you got half of this, let's say they split this money. I'm not saying this is going to be entirely accurate, But if he got $10, $6, $7 per 1,000 views, he's doing pretty good. He's doing, many multiple times better than most YouTube channels. So you want to go through, use a calculator, calculate this stuff, figure out what you would get. If you can get, if you need to make, let's say you need to make $3,000 a month to live on. Okay, so if you were to do that, you need, let's say, you can get $10 per 1,000 views. Okay, so if you were to get do, let's say you needed $3,000 to live on, you wanted to make your money off of AdSense, and you think you can get to about $10 per 1,000 views doing a reviews channel or something like that, and you would need to do 3,000 times 1,000, which is 3 million, divided by $10. Okay, so you would need about 300,000 views to do that at about $10 per 1,000 views. Now, my channel gets about $10 per 1,000 views or so now, and it slowly has gone up over time. The more you do, the more often you publish, and the more good keywords you use. Like I said, make sure you use that keyword planner to find the best words with a good low and high range. So for instance, make money online type stuff, or tech reviews, or maybe even video game reviews, cars, things that get sold. Products and services are what brings the biggest bids. Whereas if you just do random stuff like PewDiePie does, you're going to have to get millions of views to make a living. And he makes a great living. He's a multi-millionaire. But, how many people can get, 5 to 10 million views per video? Not very many. It's very hard to do, a lot of pressure, especially if you have to do it long term. So that's kind of how you look at it. You look at how much can you make per 1,000 views? Do you make $10 per 1,000 views like my channel? Do you make $1 or $1.50 per 1,000 views like somebody like PewDiePie? Another tool that you can use to figure this is free. It's called vidIQ. You can go to vidIQ.com, click sign up, or just put your name and email and password right here. Then what you would want to do is go to the Chrome extension store. So you can go to the Chrome web store, type in vidIQ Vision, and then it'll come up right here. I'll have a link directly to this page for you if you need it in the show notes. But vidIQ Vision for YouTube, you put it on there, it goes in your extensions, and then when you're signed in via the account you used to create it on the website, you can go on YouTube, and let's say you typed in TED Talks. So you type in TED Talks, you click search, then you go, let's say you see vidIQ working already. It tells you monthly searches, highest views, average views, the search volume for this type of keyword, competition. It tells you other suggestions for keywords. If you're going to be doing any type of YouTube stuff and making money from AdSense, this is the way to go. Or even if you're just trying to get a popular channel and monetize it other ways. So you could click on the channel, and if you want to figure out about how much they make, if it was making the average of most channels, which is about $1 or $1.50 per 1,000 views, then you could go to stats right here and then see kind of what they have here. Now, you can see their rank in certain categories. You can see their total views all time. You can see their total subscribers. Some of these might be a little off, but it's a good estimate of, okay, how many subscribers have they gotten in this date range? How many videos have they published in this range? How many have they done full time? You can change the date range right here. Estimated revenue, you can look right there. And a lot of the time, this is, unless they just recently changed this, they just go off the same estimated revenue per 1,000 views for all channels. So they're not actually estimating based on the keywords. They're just kind of giving you an overall average that you can kind of go on. So usually they use like $1.50 as just a generalized one size fits all per 1,000 views revenue. So pretty much you want to use the keyword planner, figure out top keywords to increase your money per 1,000 views. The best channels will make $10 or so per 1,000 views, or maybe a little more. The normal channel will make about $1, $1.50 per 1,000 views. And then of course there's everything in between. So make more, you do reviews, you do stuff that has anything to do with products and services, money, business, jobs, medical, lawyers, any of that type of stuff that's professional. Or you can do a lot more traffic and do it on just funny compilations, jokes and stuff like that, like PewDiePie does. And then you would have to make more. You'd have to get more views. If you want to create a website, like I said, I have this tutorial here for you. I also have, if you go to create your ads, like if you wanted to put an ad like this one between your header and your text or something like that, or you want to put an ad within your text, you want to have them centered as much as possible, because mobile doesn't show your sidebar until the end of all your other content. So that's why a lot of websites have gotten rid of their sidebar, which is usually like right over here. You'd have like an ad over here and blah blah blah, my latest post, all that type of stuff over there. For instance, if you were to look at like Entrepreneur, this would be your sidebar. It'd have a bunch of stuff like over here, and then your actual content would be on the left side in the center. So you want to have your ads in the middle of the page so it shows up on mobile. You want them to be able to adapt to the page size and the space available. So if you're on Google AdSense, you want to click on ads that actually are going to adapt. There's a word for it. I can't think of it right now, but they actually, they're responsive. That's the word I'm looking for. You want ads that are responsive, for instance, like these, that adapt to the space that they are given. And then you want to have a theme where you can customize the CSS. You can't really get a plugin that does this anymore for you. There used to be a Google AdSense plugin that would help you, but now you have to kind of do it yourself or get a web developer to do it. If you want to do it yourself, let's say you're using OptimizePress like I am, you can go to optimizepress.com and get that theme. It's great for marketing and building websites and membership sites and stuff like that. But it gives you a place where you can do the custom CSS. So you could go to Entrepreneur, you could right click it, go to Inspect if you're on Chrome, and then you could figure out where in the code it's located with the little CSS experience. And then you would just go over here to the right side and copy kind of where that is and insert the code that Google gives you once you get the ad from AdSense. Or if you want to have somebody do it for you, you can just hire somebody on Upwork or another freelance site that is a web developer to do it for you. All right. If you want themes other than OptimizePress, Envato Market has a theme section called themeforest.net. You can go there. They have all kinds of great professional themes that will help you. And like I said, OptimizePress is what I recommend, but you don't have to do that necessarily. So that's pretty much it for this video. You can make typically around $1, $1.50 per 1,000 views if you're just an average channel or an entertainment channel. You can make all the way up to like 10 or more dollars per 1,000 views if you're a more professional channel about things that are informative, like business reviews, jobs, stuff like that. And that's pretty much a general range for how it works. I showed you how you can improve that by doing videos and blog posts using keywords with higher bids, using the keyword planner. I showed you kind of what you need to do as far as ads, using the inspect of Google Chrome, or whatever the other ones are for the other browsers. And you can do hosting to figure out hosting companies, or Google Analytics to figure out how much traffic you're getting, to figure your numbers of how much you're getting per 1,000 views. vidIQ for YouTube. Stuff like that can really go a long way towards helping you improve that number. So that's it for this video. If you felt like this was helpful, please like and subscribe so I can create more videos like this for you. Also, if you want to let me know what you thought about the video, if you want to let me know about something you'd like me to cover in the future, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you and get your feedback. And I'll also get all the links to the tools and examples and stuff that I mentioned on the show notes page at selfmadesuccess.com. And I'll also get a link in the video description to that page for you as well. So other than that, I hope you found the video helpful, and I will see you in the next one.